The sell-down on both AirAsia Group and AirAsia continued today, with both counters closing at record lows as the news broke last night that co-founders Tan Sri Fernandes and Datuk Kamarudin Meranun were relinquishing their executive roles for 2 months. Not helping sentiment were public filings showing major shareholder EPF disposing of shares in AirAsia Group. In a February 4th filing, the EPF had disposed of 2.34 million shares in a January 30th transaction, while a February 3rd filing showed the EPF disposing of 7.44 million shares on January 28th. The EPF now holds a 6.2% stake in AirAsia Group, or 207.3 million shares. AirAsia Group closed the day at RM1.15, a 10.2% drop from the previous day's close, and it was the second most active stock on the bourse with 134.8 million shares traded. It has seen as much as 1.54 billion ringgit in market capitalization wiped off within 7 trading days, with the coronavirus outbreak compounding matters. AAX traded as low as 11 cent before clawing back half a cent to close at 11.5 cent, 4.2% lower than the day before. Both Fernandes and Kamarudin continued to emphatically deny allegations of wrongdoing in relation to the Airbus corruption charges, which implicated 2 executives from the low-cost carrier. However, the Minority Shareholders Watch Group CEO Devanesa and Eversendai are urging the two to fall on their sword and step down from the airline's board pending investigations by Malaysian authorities over the Airbus bribery claims. Devanesa says that although the duo have been classified as non-executives, they are still board members, and the situation could create a general sense of unease and stifle spontaneous discussions. Ex-PM Datuk Seri Najib Razak told the court today that the 42 million from 1MDB linked SRC International in his personal accounts was put there by fugitive low-tech Jho to disguise Low's own illegal activities. Najib testified that Low had intentionally siphoned money into the former Premier's personal accounts so that he would not ask any questions about Low's schemes. Najib also asserted that the 42 million was mere pittance compared to the billions that Low had made off with, and that the fugitive had seen the ex-PM as an investment. Najib was answering questions put forth by his lawyer Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah during the re-examination of the Pekan MP. The former PM says that if the purported donation were not in his account, he would get suspicious of his checks bouncing, which meant he would have started asking questions and investigating. Najib said he had only found out about Low's schemes when MACC had questioned him throughout the course of the trial. CIMB Group Holdings Group CEO Tunku Zafrul Aziz says the bank is expecting a 3 to 4 BPS net interest margin compression for the full year of 2020 following Bank Negara's surprise OPR cut. Zafrul adds that CIMB as a bank needs to make sure that it would focus on areas that it could improve to mitigate any shock. Aside from the OPR cut, which Zafrul says will have a very small impact, other issues such as the coronavirus outbreak and external shocks would also bear watching given the potential impact to GDP. In order to weather the storm, Zafrul says the bank has to relook at managing its investment portfolio so as to optimize its investments to ensure its cost-to-income ratio and productivity continues to improve. Eversendai Corp has secured 6 new projects worth 323 million in Malaysia, India and Qatar, bringing its total order book to 1.87 billion ringgit. According to a bourse filing, Eversendai says 2 of the new contracts involve steelworks for a new retail commercial project in KL. In addition, Eversendai will also be undertaking structural steelworks for a commercial building project in Hyderabad, India. For Qatar, the group has 3 contracts for a commercial building podium structure, a hotel and a mixed-use building project. ECN Group MD Tan Sri A.K. Nathan says that its business philosophy is to not rely on a single market or client. He adds that with its established clientele, Eversendai is confident that it can maintain sustainable growth going forward. MUI Properties' 40.7% associate Nex Metals Exploration has found high-grade gold mineralization in its Kukini mining site located in the northeastern goldfields of Western Australia. Nex Metals is listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. In a statement, MUI said the 10 reverse circulation drill holes achieved high-grade gold intercepts of up to 80.17 grams per tonne. The drilling was carried out by another ASX-listed company, Metal City, which entered into a farm-in agreement with Nex Metals last year. Nex Metals also holds significant mining leases in the Yunda Mindora area. MUI's shareholding in the gold exploration company follows its recent decision to exercise the option to convert 1.5 million Aussie dollars secured convertible note in Nex Metals to about 12.5 million ordinary shares.